Looks clear. Go.
If you need to quench your thirst, Night City has a cornucopia of drinking establishments and specialty beverages to satiate most of your desires. So, sit back, relax, and have a round on me as I delve into cyberpunk lore on the alcohol and bars of Night City from Cyberpunk 2020. First on the menu is a drink named after legendary rocket boy Johnny Silverhand. The Silverhand is a shot of vodka mixed with brandy and a few drops of Chew thrown in for flavour. The Nomad Special is a Jack Daniels with a greasy nut thrown in to add a metallic taste so many nomads love. The Killer is a popular drink among corpse owners. The purchaser of the drink is given 5 small metal hoops, then they toss them at a lineup of well drinks behind the bar. Barkeep then mixes all the hoop drinks in one glass and serves it up. The Night City is a mixture of tequila, raw wood alcohol, and several drops of turpentine, garnished with a dead worm. The Night City has been known to kill boosters of substantial endurance and is often used as a test of stamina for gang members throughout the city. The Blood Razor is named after the infamous gang. This drink is a mixture of red wine, brandy, red food colouring, and cherry soda. The garnish is a chicken bone. The concoction has a colour similar to dried human blood, hence the name. A pansy is any single drink, or just beer on the tap. The Armageddon. The name says it all, possibly the deadliest drink one can buy in Night City. Only served at the Totentans Booster Club, the exact ingredients are unknown, but theories range from roach killer and antifreeze to human blood. Reports suggest that the drink is powerful enough to get anyone drunk on one glass. It is often served in a rusty tin can. The Brain Dance. That name sounds familiar. Popular among Edgerunners, the Brain Dance is a mixture of raw alcohol and citrus juices, called the Brain Dance because after 2 or 3, the drinker feels like going out and finding some action. A good drink to have if you want something strong that probably will not kill you, at least in the short term. The Sea Breeze is a non-fatal, pleasant mixture of white wine and a bit of lemon juice. Often considered a ladies' drink, but also popular among some of the Yakuza. A SoCal Special, a mixture that is 90% water and 10% anything else. Only bought as a joke, usually for people from the south. Also, any bar that serves watered down drinks is usually called a so-called special. The Ripper is a hard liquor drink popular among the rock and chroma set, usually served at parties. The Ripper is a powerful mixture of whiskey, ouzo, and random type of citrus juice. Ouzo is a dry anise flavoured aperitif consumed in places such as Greece and Israel. The Blade Runner is essentially Chew and a champagne mixer served in a cocktail glass with mealworms in the bottom. Hopefully the reference does not require an explanation. The Euro, a drink imported from France. The Euro is gaining popularity among the corporate rich. A blend of different fruit juices mixed with bourbon and served over ice cubes of gin. Alcoholic drinks often provide an opportunity for game developers to insert a nice Easter egg or two into the game, so I will not be surprised if CD Projekt Red will add a few additions of their own, perhaps some White Wolf wine, Citrus Series cocktail, Kusanagi Kir, or perhaps Motoko malt whiskey.
Yeah. Pour me another.
Now that you have the menu for some of the best drinks available to buy in Night City, it's time to delve into which fine establishment should you visit to get your poison. Isabel Vargas saw an opportunity. She bought a rundown apartment block, demolished it, and built the Hacienda. The Hacienda is Night City's only true hotel casino, and it is famous worldwide. Only the richest of the rich can afford to stay there, and it is said that millions change hands on the gaming floor daily. In the early days, the casino was literally besieged by gangs, so Isabel hired Solo, Andrew Syfe, to run her security force. He built the security force into a small army of well-trained men. Now, the Hacienda is one of the most well-protected spots in Night City, and everyone knows it. Most of the Hacienda's clientele are high-level corpos and wealthy power dealers flying in from Europe just to spend the weekend there. While it is one of the most expensive places to stay in Night City, those who've spent money there have never regretted it. The hospitality of the Hacienda is legendary, its gardens enchanting, the atmosphere intoxicating, the food wondrous, and the security forces see to it that nothing disturbs this. There is both a dress and behavior code enforced. If a guest wishes to indulge in illegal activity, he or she had best do it in the privacy of their own suite. Even the hostesses are handpicked by Isabel for grace and charm as well as beauty. The Piper Memorial Sports Arena and Club Atlantis. The arena itself was originally constructed in 1999 and named after a professional wrestler who, unknowingly, thwarted a terrorist attempt to hijack an airliner and crash dive into the White House to assassinate the President of the United States. Piper followed the terrorists, but died of gunshot wounds received during the heroic act. The entire top 3 floors of the sports arena are the home of the Club Atlantis, a favourite hangout for upwardly mobile corpse owners and street samurai between assignments. You may also recognise the Atlantis bar as being one of the main locations of the Never Fade Away scenario, when Johnny Silverhand teams up with Rogue and Nomad Santiago in an attempt to rescue Alt Cunningham from Arasaka. The Rathskeller is essentially a student bar with music, video entertainment and weekend parties. In contrast, Newgate Prison is a serious college drinking establishment made up to look like a famous London prison. The wooden benches and tables are bolted to the concrete floor, which is dotted with drains so that all the proprietors need to do is hose down the room at the end of the night. Upstairs is the Paragon Bar, featuring a large dance floor and live bands most nights. Many local groups play here, most of them not very good, although occasionally talented bands pass through. L'Étranger is a slick night spot decorated in a continental European theme and favoured by late working corpos and white-collar security personnel. Order in the building is maintained by Malcolm L'Étranger's tuxedo-wearing bouncer. The upper floors of this building are apartments frequented by area service and retail personnel. The Rainbow Nights Dance Club mostly hosts local small-timers, with crowds being consistently large but generally tractable. Once or twice a month, however, they get a big headliner. When that happens, the neighbourhood chokes up with a huge number of boosters, chromers and just plain rowdy kids. The crime rate in this area goes up on these nights, and the city and corporations deploy extra police. Individuals such as Johnny Silverhand and Kerry Eurodyne have performed at this club. The Slammer started out many years ago as a small-speed metal punk rock club. Currently owned by Sudes Joliet, a former booster and rocker, this bar and arena is favoured by booster gangs, posers, chromers, doffers, the occasional solo, and any other brave souls who love hardcore punk rock. Although many people come to drink or meet with prospective contacts, the main attraction of this bar is the arena, and thankfully so. Were it not for the vicarious pleasure offered by the arena, there would be constant brawls in the Slammer. The interior of the Slammer is closed due to both the large number of small tables and the number of patrons. Pickpockets are common here, though novices don't last long. The structure on the east side of the block is called the Arena and is built out of several layers of cinder blocks. It's used to settle disputes between gangs. These battles usually take place between 2 or 3 of a gang's best fighters, but wars of up to 10 or 15 people on a side have been known to happen. Under an unwritten code of the street, a gang who accepts a challenge must abide by the decision rendered by the outcome of the battle. Metalstrom is a large club catering to the hardest of chromatic rock tastes. It was designed in an attempt to blend the best of both rock bar and concert hall, and the resulting ambience is quite unsettling. Fortunately, most of the patrons are too brain dead to notice, so the place is a success. The decor borders on the indestructible. After much experimentation and financial outlay, the owner of the club decided to purchase breakaway furniture. The chair and tables fall apart when overstressed, which makes brawls inside Metalstrom look like a Hollywood western. Bands which make regular appearances include Armed Havoc, Blood and Ice, and the Destructors. Most of the individuals who attend this club are armed, as the Chromers enjoy their violence almost as much as their music. Although the reputation of the bar precedes itself, many still come to fight, drink and dance. Due to the extremely territorial nature of Chromers, many fights have started over who has the right to control the area surrounding Metalstrom. Finally, in a mass battle with single representatives from each gang inside the Slammers arena, it was decided that the Black Alley Brawlers, a Guardian vigilante gang, would control the block. Everyone knows that the Cafe Chrome is the place to be, so that's where you go to party in the hopes that someone will recognize your true Edgerunner nature and sweep you away from it all. During the day, many corpos come to enjoy the informal 50s decor and discuss their various business interests. The nights are dominated by young adults and rocker crowds who come to the cafe to party and possibly get a glimpse of their favourite stars while enjoying the atmosphere. In addition to the cameras and the bouncers, fans wishing to mob their favourite stars will also have to deal with whatever security the stars have brought with them. Cafe Chrome relies on this, but when all else fails, steel doors have been rigged to drop in all doorways, sealing each room. The occupants therein are on their own until Cafe Chrome manages to hire an Arasaka team to swing by. The Adverset bills itself as being a luxury hotel, and with good reason. With terminals in each room as well as a gym, spa, casino and nightclub, the owners feel their customers, mainly businessmen, will spend their money inside the hotel and keep the profits up. If extra illegal activities, drugs, illegal brain dances or the like are desired by visiting businessmen, the hotel concierge can arrange the desired service. Since this service is offered to in-house guests only, police attention has not been focused in this direction. All this results in a lot of rich, though questionable characters renting the upper penthouse suites. Rocker boys are common here. Bay Bridge Residential Hotel has an express elevator to the Night Owl, the bar located on top of the building. This bar is one of the only bars in the city which never closes. The crowd it attracts is of the no-nonsense, mind-your-own-business type. No dancing, quiet music, pool tables, light meals and that sort of thing. Besides its never-ending business hours, the Night Owl is also one of the few places in the city where you can still obtain real beer, and they carry over 1,000 in stock. The Afterlife is a converted mortuary that has 3 different areas: the Antechamber, the Crypt and Hades, which are all inhabited by hard drinking, hard-fighting solos who come here to enjoy the atmosphere and the camaraderie. As one delves deeper into the afterlife, each successive chamber becomes darker and more dangerous, with Hades being filled with the combat veterans who hire out for the highest prices. The afterlife might best be described as a cross between a country western bar and a motorcycle guild hall. The sound system plays a variety of martial music and gothic rock, and the closest thing to dancing is the occasional brawl. But this is a pros club. No one needs to prove themselves. Their presence here is proof enough. Any brawls are strictly for fun. No one wants to smear each other, but they do play hard. Although many people come to the afterlife to hire solos, a larger proportion post messages on a marquee which circulates proposals throughout the bar. Those who do enter the bar do so at their own risk and have paid the price in the past. The afterlife has been confirmed for Cyberpunk 2077, as evidenced when Femme V is asked to meet Dexter Deshawn at the club after completing her assignment. Another club, the Below Deck, opened in a former aquarium, was also shown in the demo. The Short Circuit is a bar set on top of the Argus offices. Favoured by many of the city's netrunners and techies, it is highly useful for people looking for help in those areas. The bar's other interesting features is its rotating floor, which allows patrons to see a panoramic view of the city below. Although there has been a lot of corporate interest in the bar, Livewire has forbidden recruiting there because he's had problems with corporations and no longer trusts them. Rough, street-hired bouncers make sure no one exceeds the dress code. In addition, Two normal booths, there are booths with interface jacks which allow netrunners access to an area in NetSpace where the bar is represented. Whether online or not, many netrunners use the bar as a gathering place to exchange news and services. The Burleson Construction Company was in charge of a lot of the construction in downtown Night City and went bankrupt shortly after mob businesses took over. The mob left the building standing and the name unchanged as a monument to their victory. Poor maintenance has resulted in a slow deterioration of this building, which has finally ended up as a hotel. The top 3 floors of the building are occupied by Totentants, a poorly supervised club where a lot of Booster Gang members go to work up some adrenaline before getting laid. The music is loud, the drinks strong, and the patrons rowdy to an extreme. The NCPD lets Totentas stay open for 2 reasons. 1, it kills the punks, and 2, the gangs would retaliate if the place got closed down. The American Bar is a watering place catering to mercenary soldier type solos, as well as toughs and labourers from the waterfront. The bar is licensed by the Harbour Master's office, but it is often under the surveillance of the NCPD and the CIA. Last but not least, there is a special bar that does not advertise itself, nor does it attract many normal customers. Corporates rarely visit. Gangs certainly don't touch the place either. It's the Forlorn Hope, a solo bar. Its customers are all regulars, and one thing they all have in common is that they have been to the Edge and beyond. In this bar, stories told are kept inside the bar. Once you've been accepted in this establishment, you need never prove yourself again. The place is run by Dr. John Freeman. He was a captain in the Rangers in the Central American War. He led a long-range reconnaissance team for 4 years. A serious wound forced him out of the army, so he returned to grad school and finished his PhD in military history, but rapidly became uncomfortable in the grind of everyday life. Eventually, he returned to the people he felt most comfortable with, soldiers and ex-soldiers. If he could not fight with them, he would provide for them, and help to maintain the fraternity that he so loved. Thus, he bought the Hotel Sierra and opened the Forlorn Hope in 2011. It's been thriving ever since.